guys, it's MJ and you're welcome back to my channel. It feels so good to have you guys back. Okay, so if you just found me, make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn my notification on. I share new videos every Sunday at 1 p.m. Nigerian time. So everything about me and this channel is in my description, so make sure to check it out. So today guys, what I'm talking about, we're talking about how I became a registered nurse in the UK. And I set it for that topic because I kind of feel like it's easier for you to relate with me knowing that I'm also an overseas nurse. So all you gotta do is to grab a pen, a jotter and a set, and then pay attention, because I know that at the end of this video you most definitely we have questions. So it's important that you jot things down, questions that I'll be more than happy to provide answers to. So I'll be right back. I hope you're back with your jotter. Brilliant. So where do I start from now? So this particular topic, it's a topic that I've discussed very often on my Instagram and my Twitter. If you don't know my Instagram account, my Instagram handle is at proud_NurseMJ. Proud as in proud, because I'm proud. While my Twitter handle is proud_NurseMJ. Without underscore, just proud_NurseMJ all together. And I've shared threads and I've done IG live videos, and I've also even saved some of them on my IGTV. So you can also check that out if you don't mind. Okay, so but despite the fact that I've shared this on my Instagram, a lot of my followers still wanted me to share it on YouTube. So that's why I just thought, why not just talk about this in form of my own journey, just to make it different and easier to follow. Okay, so let's start. So the first thing I would like to tell you about is this whole journey, is it even worth it? Why leave Nigeria or whatever country you are, your home country? Why leave that country to come to the UK? Is it worth it? What's my answer? It's absolutely worth it. But let me tell you, it's not perfect. It's not all rosy. It's not that perfect picture that some people try to paint for you, okay? But is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. Okay? And if you don't know about me, I'm a registered nurse. I've been a registered, I did share some of that in my Get to Know Me tag, okay? So I'm a registered nurse, and I've been a registered nurse for about 7 years, or say 6 years. I practiced in Nigeria for about 5 years before coming down to the UK. Okay, so and now I came in as a band 5 entry nurse, and now I'm a band 6 nurse in the UK, and I came to the UK 2019. Okay, so I think I'm in a good position to tell you if this journey is worth it or not. Okay, so let's just go straight on to why we're here. To become a registered nurse in the UK, your first step is to get an international passport. That's your passport, your country's passport. So how did I go about that? As at 2016, I didn't have a passport. I didn't have an international passport. And that's because I actually did not really have a plan when I finished from school. I did not have a plan. I was not sure of what my plan was. The only plan I had was that I wanted to go for my BSc, and I wanted to become a perioperative nurse. That's a theater nurse. Okay, that was the only thing. But a plan about traveling overseas, I never really had it. But my mom was more particular about that, and she just kept on talking about, oh, when are we gonna do this? You're traveling to the abroad. She was just talking about abroad. She never talked about what country. Okay, so I did not really have a plan, which I think is something that really delayed me. Yeah. So first thing is to, even before you go ahead and have a passport, have an international passport. Yeah, I think the first thing is to have a plan. Okay, have a plan. What do you want to do before you even finish? Yeah, before you even finish at all from your nursing school or from the uni, you should have a plan. So having a plan is just going to make it all easier for you, because no one starts a journey out of their country overnight. Now that you have a plan, yeah, if you've got a partner, if you're not single, if you've got a partner, that plan must include your partners. Okay, because believe it or not everyone wants to travel abroad. Not everyone is so particular about that, traveling abroad. And to be very honest, it's not that easy settling down in another man's country, okay, as a second-class citizen. And most importantly, if your partner is not in the healthcare line, it's not an healthcare professional, it's very, very key that you pull them along. They have to be part of the plan, okay, because I think it's a topic that we'll discuss much later, because getting job for them here, settling down and everything is a lot of work, okay, and they need to be prepared for that, both financially, emotionally, and everythingly. So it's gonna be unfair for you to just wake up one day and decide, I want to travel out, and just expect to just drag your partner, even if you guys have discussed this before you marry. Yeah, before you go married, it's still important that you carry them along. So that's why planning is very, very key. All right. So now that I got a plan, yeah, the next thing is to gather information. Gather as much information as possible from every source that you can, because that was what I did. I actually didn't have, so I didn't know anyone in the UK. No one. I didn't know anyone. So there was no influence. Yeah, I think the way the first day it dropped on my mind that, like, okay, let's try this traveling abroad, was when a follower of mine on Instagram sent me a link to a page, and then I saw it was all about UK, and then I saw all of that information, and I started to work on it later. Okay, get information from wherever you can get it from, and it's important to confirm the validity of the information and the reliability of the source. Okay, so you gather as much information as possible, and you begin to save money. I surfed the internet, got information from different sources. I started to think, so how do we go about this? So part of my information, the first step now, which I'm starting that now, is to get an international passport. Okay, you're gonna need an international passport, process some application. For instance, your IELTS, which is the International English Language Test, and the OET, which is Occupational English Test. Correct? The difference between these two tests is that one is strictly for professionals, while the other one, every other person can take it. Okay, so you need your international passport to apply for your English language test. Now there's a clause. Okay, so people from certain countries do not need to write the English language test. All they got to do is to provide a proof of English teaching, that they were taught in English language and they are on that list, if you get what I mean. So the list of those countries, I can also drop a link to check those countries out. Okay, so if your country is on that list, then you don't need to worry yourself about writing an English language test. Okay, yeah, so I know I've heard of some people from Nigeria thinking, oh, of course they were taught in English language, they should be able to provide an evidence that they were taught in English language. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, for the NMC requirement, that's Nursing and Midwifery Council UK requirement for overseas nurses, you're not on the English speaking country list for UK immigration, so you need to still take that English language test. And I know some people who were stubborn about this and thought they should be able to provide that. If it's not for school, if it's for NMC, you need English language test. Okay, yeah. So what's the required score for your English language test? Your required score is 7 in every aspect. So 7 in listening, 7 in speaking, 7 in writing, and 7 in reading. Now that was by my own time. Things have changed. So now writing is 6.5. 6.5 is accepted. Oh, I forgot to mention the type of IELTS you will apply for. So you apply for the academic. We have 2 types of IELTS test. So we have the academic and the general. So for the professionals, for the healthcare professionals, you will apply for the academic test. And for OET requirement is a minimum of C+ in writing, then B in the other aspect, also writing, speaking, reading, and listening. Okay, and like I said, the difference between these 2 tests, that's IELTS and OET, is the fact that the other one is occupational English test, so English language test. So it's for healthcare professionals. Okay, so yeah, so the funny thing is that the funny thing is that before I started this whole process, I had no idea what this test were about. In fact, let me be honest, I've never heard about it. I've never heard about IELTS or OET. It's strange. I don't know. I've never heard about it. That's why when some people ask some questions, I don't really get angry because I understand where they're coming from. So yeah, I've not even heard about it. Although when one of my followers sent me the list of the list of the info that you need for the UK stuff, I just saw that high yield. I said, wait till this one. Anyway, so I didn't know about that exam. I didn't know about it at all. I'd never heard about it. So I decided to go up to the internet. So on the internet, the internet has answers to almost everything in this world. It has answers to everything. So just make positive use of it. Okay? So I went to the internet. I started to surf everything about this particular test. That is the first step to me traveling abroad. Yeah, I started to surf the internet for it, and then I stumbled on IELTSLiz.com, and oh, Liz is wonderful, and she's on YouTube. So I stumbled on her and I said, okay, now that I found somebody, I just scrolled through all her videos, not paying particular attention. I just went through them and I said, okay, I think this exam is something. Although it looked tough, kind of, at that time, because I didn't know anybody, okay? But it's not insurmountable. So I said, okay, we'll do it. Yeah. So I then went to look for British Council. So that's the body that organizes this exam. They also have IDP. Yeah. So I went to search for British Council site, and then I applied for that test. Yeah. I applied straight up, even though I had not started preparing. I didn't even know how to go about it, but I applied. But you know why I applied? I applied because it's gonna motivate you. Yeah, it's gonna motivate because you know that you have applied, you've paid this money. And that time, I think mine was it 95,000 or 96? I can't remember, because it was the UKVI type then. But now they accept the standard. So there was UKVI IELTS and there was standard. Okay, So UKVI was more expensive, but you can use it to apply for your visa. Whereas standard, you can only use it to apply for NMC, but you have to write another one to take to apply for your visa. Okay, but now I think I'm correct. Now you can just take the standard one and also still use that standard one to apply for your visa. So yeah, so it was quite expensive. So that amount alone was enough motivation for me to know that test, you are taking it, you are doing this stand, because I knew that I was not getting my money back. Okay, but the good thing is that you can always switch the test date. I think you're not well prepared enough, you can move the date back. I did that, and then I went back to IELTS list and I prepared for, I used IELTS list for most of my proficiency. On YouTube, there is, loads, like massive materials for you to prepare for IELTS. Massive. You just have to dedicate your time to it and dedicate your data. Okay. So that was it about that stuff, and then I started to prepare. So I spoke with one or two friends that we had mutual interest in this, and I told them about it. What do you guys think? So they said, yeah, I think we should do it. And so I have a particular friend. We started to ask questions from you're just asking questions from a lot of people. And later she told me about a group, a WhatsApp group. And I joined, I think I got materials from them. So I got some materials from there. My friends sent me materials. That's it. Just speak with people that you have mutual interest with. Everybody does not have to know. Okay? So we gathered the materials with IELTSlist.com tutorials and everything, and then I started to prepare for my test. Now, the duration of the preparation depends on you. That time I was still in school. I was basic program, perioperative nursing in Lut. So I was still in school, and I was preparing for that my English test, and I was also preparing for nursing council in school. So it was kind of tough. So I added my tablet, so I practiced on it. I think I would advise, going for others, I advise that you practice with real materials. Like, so print out your materials, and it's just easier that way. Yeah, I think that's much easier. Although I use tablets, but I have issues with my eyes, so it was kind of stressful for me, not just for my eyes scrolling, and then I felt like I was slow in the reading part. It was kind of difficult using the tablet, because you have to keep scrolling, and you can't really I just really feel like it's easier to have the copies printed out. So most people that I have supported in preparing for this test, I told them to print the materials out, and I think they found it quite helpful. Now that we got your English test sorted, it's time for the Nursing and Midwifery Council UK registration. What I did was, I went to Google and I typed how to register with NMC UK as an overseas nurse, basically. And Google brought it up. Like I told you, Google has an answer to every question, but don't Google your symptoms. Okay, so Google brought up a lot of options, and of course the NMC UK website was topping. So I clicked on that, and a checklist was provided. So this checklist consists of the list of documents that you need to provide for your registration to go through. Yeah, and on that list is a nursing certificate. If you don't have a nursing certificate, of course you can use your notification of registration. And then you need your birth certificate, you need your license verification from your council body, and you need your marriage certificate if you're married, of course. And you need your national identity number. I think that's to verify your address. And you need your English test result form and police report to confirm that you don't have any criminal offense listed against you. Okay, and the list, if I miss out anyone, I'll pop it down. Okay, and you can also please drop it in the comments. All right, and as I go on, if I remember any other one, I'll just definitely mention it. But yes, to get that complete list, go check out the NMC UK website. I made a list of all of that, and then I went ahead to make the registration. So On NMC UK, once you click that site, you have to create a portal. So I'm begging you, please, when you create that portal, make sure you use a valid email address, and the email address that you use very, very well. And also the password, make it something that you can easily remember. And if not, just have a notepad where you write all of these login details, because some people will forget their login details and then they'll go ahead and create another one. No, don't do that. That's absolutely wrong, because it's going to affect your data. Okay, so please don't do that. If you ever forget your login details, just contact NMC UK and they will sort it out. Okay, they are very easy to contact. If you send an email to them, and they'll respond to you in like 3 to 5 days. They always respond. Okay, and you can also call them. So you create a portal and then you start to submit the required document. And then for the NMC registration, it's going to cost you. It's not free. You pay £140 for that. Now, in Nigeria, there's a restriction on how much of pounds you can send. You have to get someone here to pay for you, okay? And then you send them the Naira equivalent. That's what you need to do, okay? So you pay that £140, and NMC will definitely send you some confirmation with some details, the CRM details, and all of that in your email. Okay, so that CRM details or number that they will send to you will definitely be on top of your email somewhere. Just check for it. Yeah. So to qualify for NMC registration, you will take the test of competence 1 and test of competence 2. Test of competence 1 is called CBT. Test of competence 2 is the OSCE. The second one is that, which is the OSCE, is the one you come into UK to write. Okay, and it costs a lot. Let's leave that for now. Okay, so you apply for the CBT with person view. So there will be a link on your site to apply for that. So normally people say that nurses, they said you have to do all of this process before you can apply for CBT. You have to write your IELTS, submit all of that details, but somehow some of my colleagues managed to do the CBT first before taking the IELTS, so I don't know if you can still do that anyway. So because we use a third party, so the third party registered for the exam and we paid for all of that. Yeah, so once you get that sorted, you then pay for your CBT. Your CBT is going to cost you about £83. Like I said, you can also get someone to pay that for you, okay, in pounds, if that works for you. Now, there's some documents that expire before the other, okay? For instance, your tuberculosis test report, I think it takes about 3 to 6 months to expire. So you can take your time. You don't have to do it when you are about to apply for your visa. So when you know that you've gotten to a time where you apply for your visa, then you can do that tuberculosis test. And also some of your medical report tests, because you need a medical, that's a fitness to practice. You also need like your medical report. You can get a doctor. It does not have to be someone that you're personal with. It can be any doctor. They can just make the report for you and get it stamped. Okay, so that's usually what they ask for. Right, so what did I do after the CBT? So after passing the CBT, I just finished up my NMC UK registration. So once I had my IELTS result, CBT, NMC registration ongoing, of course, I then we then looked for an agency. Yeah, during my own time, agencies were actively recruiting. So we were able to contact some agencies. Emphasis was part of them, NSS, MSI, and some other ones. Yeah, so I ended up going with NSS then. Okay, but now due to some new improvements and updates, there's been a restriction for recruiting from certain countries. Yeah, which Nigeria is inclusive. I think Ghana and some parts of India and Philippines. Yeah, so now you have, but it doesn't mean they're not recruiting. You just have to apply directly by yourself. I omitted something. They did include some new requirements, and one of them is the letter of good standing, which is from the council body. You don't have to pay for that. And you have to pay now for your NMC UK pin, okay, which is going to cost you £153. Okay, so it's more like a license to practice sort of. Yeah, that's one of the new requirement that they introduced. Okay, yeah, so you keep applying for jobs. So I said earlier that agencies, I applied through agencies, and the agencies got the jobs, and then they arranged the interview, prepared us for the interview, and of course when I got an offer that I was happy with, I went for it. Okay, so it's important that you are comfortable and you're happy to go with whatever offer that you've gotten for you. If you're not happy, you tell them no. But now the clauses, like I said earlier, is that according to the new set out guidelines and rules, agencies are not allowed to recruit again from certain countries. So I'm very, very confident in track.job and NHS jobs, because they are like the official job website in the UK. Yeah, so be very sure of the validity of your sources, like I said earlier. Okay, yeah, so you go ahead and apply for jobs. You can apply directly, like I said. So how you apply directly is you search for the list of these hospitals that you're interested in the UK, and in locations that you're interested in, because some locations are quite expensive, like London. So you go for locations that you're interested in, and maybe the cost and all of that, and you send an email to that hospital. Get their contact, and then you send an email to that hospital. In your email, you need to include your CV, of course, and tell them the reason why you're applying. Go for it like a proper application. How you heard about them, if you saw the internet, say it, and why you're applying. And then you now include your CV, you include your English test results if it's applicable to you, I mean if you have one, and then your CBT, and also what stage you are with your NMC registration. Okay, so if you're applying through the job website like track.jobs, you will see list of hospitals there. You just have to, so that app is like, it has its own template already, where it looks like you're typing in your CV, but you just get it's got its own template, and it gets saved, so you can have it there for quite a long time, as long as you keep applying. So you can always refer back to that CV. Okay, so once you make an application to an hospital, it saves your details. Yeah, I mean you can decide to save it also, and then you can use that same template to apply to several other hospitals. So it's not like you have to type all of that long details all the time when you're applying to an hospital, except if their requirements differ. Okay, yeah, and then you set up an alert, a job alert. What I did tell people is that try to apply for jobs like every day. Don't get tired. At first it will feel like it's not coming, but don't get tired, just keep applying. Alright, so once you get a job offer that you're happy to sign, you go ahead and sign it, and then your employer will provide you with a certificate of sponsorship. Certificate of sponsorship is what we popularly call COS. Is what you will need to make your visa application. And remember, the visa type is tier 2 visa. That's the visa type that you will apply for. So what I did was just go to Google again and search how to apply for UK tier 2 visa. And Google gave me the website, that's gov.uk. So on gov.uk you can make your visa application. And will I say it was direct? It was kind of actually direct, because much of the information that's required you already have them, so it's just a matter of putting them in. Okay, and some employer will offer to pay for you this application, some will not. You have to pay for it yourself, and that's okay. All right, so once you have your visa, congratulations. Okay, start packing your load, start doing every necessary thing, resignation from if you have a previous job, just start to prepare for that. Okay, some people are confused about, maybe you have to have certain years of experience before you can apply for jobs in the UK. tell, it depends on the requirements of the hospital. Okay, some will tell you just a year post qualification experience, and some will tell you they don't even require, you don't even have to have any experience. Depends on your employer. So once you get your visa, when you want to pick up your visa, they're going to inform you about when to get your biometric residency permit. So once you get to the UK, that's the first thing you need to pick up. I think now you have to isolate, yeah, and then after your isolation you can pick it up. I don't know how that works, but yeah, when you get to the UK, you have to pick up your biometric residency permit, and you're in the UK. So in the UK is where you then have to take your test of competence 2. That's your OSCE, okay, which your employer, like I said earlier, your employer will train you, will prepare you for that exam, and that's basically it. And you're already, once you pass your OSCE, you get registered on NMC's register, and you're nursing. That is all the steps, I mean, that you need to go through to become a registered nurse in the UK. And this is applicable to midwives, okay? Although midwives, they have their own different test of competence one, which is CBT. So it's important that you make the right registration. Every other thing is the same. Make sure you take the right CBT and make the right registration, and that's it. But if you still want me to talk about that, we can talk about that later. However, I do have a video, an IG live video that I saved with one of these wonderful nurses that I have come across. She's a midwife in the UK, and we had a discussion on IG live. So you can pop on my Instagram, which is proud_nurse_MJ, and check that video out. I hope you found this video helpful and useful, and if you've got any question, make sure you drop your question in the comment section. I will definitely respond to all of your questions. And if you think I've omitted something, please, I'm talking unscripted. So please make sure to drop your suggestion or put the addition in the comment section. I would love to see it. Thank you very much for watching. If you're yet to subscribe, make sure you subscribe to my channel, okay? And turn my notification on. So I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye.